Alrighty, today is April the 22nd, 2020. Good morning. So you have a bunch of southern states that are planning on reopening their borders and going back to work Friday into Monday. I'm not going to go into the all the technical details about that, but that's what's going on now. I believe, as well as other folks, that they might make a little bit of temporary money, but it's going to cause obstructions. It's pretty much the deep South that's doing this, and one thing that bothers me, I hope this doesn't influence other southern states to also carry on this bullshit. I think they might. I spoke yesterday. I spoke Monday. I think I spoke over the weekend about how these dumbasses were going to reopen their states at some point or another. And I said that we have to prepare for that. You know, I find it interesting you have states in the Midwest, you have states in the Northeast, and states in the Northwest who are all coming together and making compacts to work on coordinating the end of the quarantine. And from what I understand, in the Northeast and the Midwest, it is people from both parties that are working together to, break down the quarantines in a smart way. I spoke about how this is really a culture war thing. Let's understand something. There's a lot of poverty in the South. Okay? That was another reason why I knew eventually Trump would get his way. A lot of poverty in the South. A lot of poor people out here. A lot of people out here that are barely making it as it is. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm being real with you. A lot of poverty down there. Florida, South Carolina. To be honest, I didn't think they were taking it serious from the get-go. When I was looking at them reopening the beaches in South Carolina, I'm like, okay, this ain't gonna be around too long. Them rednecks basically telling you like, yo, I think that this whole thing shows you the abject failure of Trump's leadership, if you want to call it that. These things just show you that. I mean, as a president, and then when he talked about like the violence, people out there with the guns blocking traffic, messing with the hospitals, Trump was joking, talking about I can control them. No, motherfucker, you don't need to control anybody. We need to be one country. Trump, what it show? You know what it shows you? It shows you how divided America really is. It does. I'm serious. Like, things like this show you how divided America is, and how, in a democracy, people are supposed to want to work together, and you're just watching the worst of these rednecks just come flying out. That's what I see. Just the worst of them. And I mean, it's just thing after thing after thing after thing. It's not just the coronavirus, but it's a bunch of stuff like this that just, it's just craziness, man. Just utter craziness you see with Trump and with his people. It's utter craziness. So, I've been saying it. I think when it hits the second, I think honestly they've made the decision, I keep saying it, to let this thing run through the population. See, Trump bullshits. And what I mean by that is he lies and says, okay, well, it'll kill the young people. It'll kill some of the old people, and we can control that. No, you cannot. And what I looked at this morning is they have less testing. Ain't that something? Isn't it easy? It's easy to say, well, we've got less people who are sick because you're testing less people. You know what I mean? Like that. That's the Southern logic. You know what I mean? Like that's how Southerners think right there. We didn't find it. We didn't find it when we tested. Not admitting that you're not really testing. You know, they don't care, man. You know, the Texas governor has been saying there are things more important. He said there are things more important than living. Yeah, making money for these billionaires. Is that more important than living? I mean, I go back to what I said before about the doctors. If you're a doctor or a nurse, don't come to America. We don't believe in science here. Don't come here. Don't come to America. Don't do it. We don't value science. We don't value logic and reason. We don't do that here. You know, and we're kind of in a civil war right now, to be honest. I mean, this is, if I could lead the South, I would. I'm in North Carolina. I'm not in an area where I'll be. No, I go down to South Carolina a lot. By Carowinds on the border. I do a lot of jobs down there. I did a job a couple of days ago, the one that went to Winder, Georgia, Houston. Went to Houston. And I had to drop the trailer off when I came back in Fort Mill. I went to Georgia. No, I dropped the trailer off in Pineville. Sorry. They both pretty close to the border, but you know, it's easy to make that mistake. Yeah, man, I just realized. I mean, it took me a while to realize this, but you're dealing with people who they don't care about science. You know, they don't, science don't mean nothing. You know, I just looked at the doctors and the nurses that risk their lives out there, and I said, what was the point? I mean, really, what's the point of going out and risking your life with a bunch of people who ain't listening, who don't take this stuff seriously, and really, you're their enemy in the culture war. You know, I mean, what's the point? What's the real point, guys? And I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. I'm making it's a serious question. What's the point of going out here and risking your life for a bunch of people, excuse me, who don't take this stuff seriously, who never did, and who to them this is all about the culture war? I mean, it's like every day these rednecks go a little bit further, like looking for a reason to have a race war, or whatever they call it. I mean, it's just, I couldn't be a doctor or a nurse in America. What do you risk your life for? You know? Ooh, this is dirty. I'm gonna clean my water out a little bit. Yeah, what are you risking your life for? These idiots? You know? They don't take this stuff seriously. And then you go to the hospitals. I mean, honestly, for the whole thing, if you want to be non-political, the doctors and nurses are the heroes here. They really are. The doctors and nurses are the true heroes. You know, and it's. I remember when they had to give Fauci protection. I remember then realizing, wow, like this is America's new normal. You know, that you got a doctor, the leader in infectious substances, worried about his life, worried about getting death threats. Like, yo, that's sick, man. And it just to me, these things just show you how divided America really is, and how much these rednecks, like, they see what it is. They want the stuff that Trump offers, no matter what. They don't care about the right and the wrong. I had to learn they don't care about the right and the wrong. So what if a bunch of old people die? They don't care. I keep going back to it. I hope I can get all my stuff. You know what I mean? I got a brass hook, like to open the doors and stuff. Y'all know I got the UV box. I'm still waiting for that brass hook, actually. I got that full face, not full. I got 603 adapter for my full face mask, and I got a microphone coming next week or late this week from Jersey. Got it for like $20. Why? When you wear a mask, your voice is really affected. That's something I wish I had known before all this, is that when you wear a mask, People can't hear you. Yep, people can't hear you. You know, I'm not a really loud person, and you know, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna be yelling. So I'm gonna get. I wanted to get something to go up underneath the mask, but that's not possible. Yeah, that's not happening. So, but yeah, it is what it is. God help us.